on power electronics. So last class we discussed three single phase and so see half single phase inverter and half wave inverter and with R load, RL load and series inverter and parallel inverter. So last class we discussed these things, and today our topic is three phase DC to AC converter with 120-degree conduction mode. So this is a three-phase inverter with 120 degrees conduction mode. Okay, so this is a circuit diagram of three-phase bridge inverter. So this is a three-phase bridge inverter circuit diagram. Here, the source will be EDC and output will be obtained will be AC. So here, so here, so here six six pulses will be there. So here SW1, SW2, SW3 and SW4 and so here SW1, SW3, SW5 are the top group and SW2, SW4, SW6 are the bottom groups. Okay, here the capacitor CDC will be connected across a source. Okay, so here the conduction for each voltage will be 120-degree conduction mode. Here the B terminal will be connected to so here the A terminal will be connected to the positive of source and B terminal will be connected to the negative of source and C will be connected. So here space C will be connected to load. Okay. So 120-degree conduction means so the electronic device is in a conduction state for a 120 degrees and so it is most suitable for delta connection. So why? Because its result is a six step type. Okay, so six step of type of waveform across any of its spaces. Okay, so it results six step type of waveforms will be obtained. So therefore at any instant only two devices are conducting. Why? Because each device conducts at only 120 degrees. So each device will be conducting 120 degrees. So that's why only two devices are conducted. So two devices are conducted at one instant. Okay. So here terminal A on the load is connected to a positive end and while terminal B is connected to a negative end of a source. So the terminal C is a load in a conduction called as a floating state. So furthermore, the phase voltages are equal to the load voltages. Here phase voltages will be equal to load voltages and here phase voltage is equal to line voltages. Line voltages. Here line voltages VAB, VBC, VCE. So VAB equal to V, VBC equal to minus V by 2 and VCA equal to minus V by 2. Okay. So these are line and phase voltages of three-phase bridge inverter. So for three-phase bridge inverter with 120 degrees conduction mode, these are the line and phase voltages. Here six gate pulses will be there. Here G1, G2, G3, G4, G5, G6. These are the six gate pulses. So at one instance, two devices will be conducting. Okay. So at first gate pulse will be G1 and another G2. Okay. So from G1 to G6, so the gate pulses will be given. Here VAN will be phase voltages. So phase voltage will be obtained. So here the phase voltages will be obtained will be Vs by 2 and VBN phase voltages will be obtained as Vs by 2 and VCN. So VCN phase voltage will be obtained minus Vs by 2. Okay. Here, so in C phase, it will be obtained in negative voltage. Okay. So these are the line and phase voltages of three-phase bridge inverter. So next coming to voltage control techniques for inverter. So the voltage control techniques. For millimeter, we have to using a PWM. PWM means pulse width modulation technique. Okay, so the pulse width modulation technique, PWM is a technique that is used to reduce the overall harmonic distortion. Okay, so it will reduces the overall harmonic distortion, THD. So in load current, so it uses a pulse wave in a rectangular or square. Okay, from that result, it is a variable average waveform of value f of t. So after its pulse width has been modulated, the time period of modulation is given by t. So therefore the waveform average value is given. So why you want to use PW means it will reduces the overall harmonic distortion. So total harmonic distortion will be reduces in the load current. So we are using rectangle and square wave forms that results in a waveforms. So output waveform will be obtained rectangular and square wave for a pulse width modulation technique. Okay, so the time period of modulation is given is t. Okay, so the average value of will be given. Okay, so it is a square waveform used for PWM technique. Okay, so this is when we are plotting a graph between voltage and time, we getting a square wave for PWM technique. Okay, so next, when you when you are using sinusoidal pulse width modulation technique, so it is a simple source voltage inverter. Okay, so it is a simple source voltage inverter. The switches can be turned on and off as needed. During each cycle, the switch is turned on or off of once. Okay, so this result in a square waveform. Okay, it will be on and off. So whenever it is needed, then it will be on and off. So the switches are turned on and off only once. So this result, it is a square waveform. Okay. However, if the switches is turned on for a number of times, so harmonic profile that are improved, is harmonic profile that are improved in a waveform that is obtained. Okay, so the sinusoidal PWM waveform is obtained by comparing the desired and modulated waveform with a triangular waveform of high frequency, regardless of whether the voltage of signal is smaller or larger than that of the carrier waveform. So this resulting the output voltage of DC bus is either negative or positive. Okay, so sinusoidal pulse width modulation is a simple source voltage inverter, and these switches will be turned on and off of only once. Then result square wave will be obtained. Okay, whenever the switches will be turned on for a number of times. So so whenever we are switching on the number of time, then there will be harmonic will be improved on the waveform. Okay, so the harmonic waveform will be obtained. So the sinusoidal PDM waveform is obtained by comparing the desired and modulated waveform with the triangular waveform. So sinusoidal waveform will be obtained whenever we are comparing with the desired and modulated waveform with a triangular waveform of high frequency. Okay, so of high frequency, whether the voltage of the signal is smaller or larger than the carrier waveforms. So this result, the output voltage will be DC bus, that is either negative or positive, that will be obtained. Okay, so this is a sinusoidal PDM. So sinusoidal PDM will be obtained with a triangular waveform of a triangular waveform of the desired waveform. Okay, so this is a carrier triangular waveform, and it will be obtained when we are comparing with this triangular. So this is a sinusoidal waveform PDM. By using PDM technique, we have obtained this sinusoidal technique. Okay, so the sinusoidal amplitude is given as AM, and that of the carrier triangle is given as AC. So for sinusoidal PDM, the modulating index M is M equal to AM by S. Okay, so amplitude of the sinusoidal by amplitude of the carrier signal. Okay, so carrier signal means this is triangular waveform. Okay, so modular index m equal to am by ac. Okay, so modified sinusoidal waveform for PWM. So a modified sinusoidal PWM waveform is used for a power control and a optimization of power factor. So here modified sinusoidal PWM will be used for a power control and optimizing the power factor. So the main concept is to shift the current delayed on the grid to the voltage grid by a modified PWM converter. Okay. Consequently, there is an improvement in efficiency of power as well as optimization of power factor. So this is a modified AC voltage waveform and this is a modified DC voltage output. Okay. So here the modified sinusoidal waveform will be used for controlling a power and optimization of power factor. So whenever we are optimizing the power factor, the efficiency of power will be improved. Okay. So next, operation of sinusoidal pulse width modulation. Okay. Here, the operation of sinusoidal pulse width modulation. So the sinusoidal pulse width modulation method is also known as triangulation. Okay. So triangulation, subharmonic or suboscillator method. It is very popular in industrial application. Okay. Here SPWM is explained. So SPWM means single single pulse width modulation is explained with reference to this figure. So which here we are using half bridge circuit topology for a single phase inverter. Okay. Here we are using half bridge circuit for a single phase inverter. So this is schematic diagram of half bridge PWM inverter. Okay. Here S1, S11 and S12 will be using as a transistor and this transistor will be connected a diode across it and here the capacitors will be connected both. Here the output will be obtained V naught. Okay. So here the sinusoidal PWM method will be obtained by using a single phase half bridge PWM inverter. Okay. So for realizing single phase pulse width modulation, a high frequency triangular carrier waveform is compared with a sinusoidal reference of the desired frequency. Okay. So here sinusoidal pulse width modulation will be obtained whenever we are comparing with the triangular carrier waveform with a desired frequency. Okay. So the intersection of and waves is determines the switching instant and commutation of the modulated pulse. Okay. So here the intersection of waves is determines the switching instant and commutation of the modulated pulse. Okay. The PWM scheme is the PWM scheme will be shown in figure. So in this VC is the peak value of triangular carrier waveform and VR is the reference voltage or modulating a signal. Okay. So here VC is the peak value of triangular carrier waveform and VR is the reference voltage. So in the figure shows a triangular and modulation signal with some arbitrary frequency and magnitude. Okay. So in the inverter, the figure shows switches are controlled based on the comparison of control signal and a triangular waveform, which are mixed with a comparator. Okay. So in sinusoidal wave, as the magnitude is higher than the triangular wave, compared of output is high. Otherwise, it is low. Okay. So here, for realizing sinusoidal pulse width modulation, high frequency triangular carrier wave is compared with sinusoidal reference of desired frequency. So the intersection of these two waves will determine the switching instant and commutation of the modulated pulses. Okay, so in PWM technique, so here VC is the peak value of triangular carrier wave, and VR is the reference for modulating signal. So for the figure shows that triangular and modulation signal with some arbitrary frequency and a magnitude. So in the in inverter switches are controlled based on the comparison of control signal and triangular wave whenever we are mixing with the comparator. Okay, so here sinusoidal wave has a magnitude will be higher than the triangular wave whenever we are compared with output. So the output will be high, otherwise it will be in low. Okay, so the output will be high, then sinusoidal will have magnitude will be high. Okay, so here reference voltage VR will be greater than VC, then here S11 here S11 will be on, and output voltage V out equal to VD by 2. Okay, and whenever reference voltage will be less than the VC, then switch S12 will be on and output voltage will be minus VD by 2. Okay, here reference voltage will be less than the carrier voltage, then S12 will be on and output voltage will be obtained in negative mode. Okay, whenever reference voltage will be greater than the carrier voltage, so then S11 is on, and output voltage will be obtained, and positive, that is half of the off, so VD by 2. Okay, so here the sine triangular comparison and switching pulses of half bridge PWM inverter. So here the sine wave will be compared with triangular wave. Okay, so this is a modulated signal and triangular. So here this is a triangular waveform. So the magnitude of output voltage will be VC, and this is a reference. So this is a sinusoidal. So whenever we are comparing with the triangular wave with the desired high frequency of sinusoidal, then it will be obtained a high frequency of modulation. Okay. So next, so here this is a square wave. So square wave of PWM technique. So at starting we are discussed that the PWM technique will be whenever one instant the switch will be on, then it will be obtained a square waveform. Okay, so it will be obtained a square waveform. So this waveform will shows the square waveform. Okay, so this is a sine and triangular comparison and switching pulses for half bridge PWM inverter. Here we see, so here the VR will be greater. Here the VR will be greater than. So the VR will be greater than VC. Then so here you have to see that VR will be greater than VC. Then S11 will be on, and output voltage will be VD by 2. And whenever VR will be less than VC, then S12 will be on, then output will be obtained in negative direction. This is minus VD by 2. Okay. So this is a modulator signal and triangular signal. So these are the waveforms for half bridge PWM inverter with sine and triangular comparison. Okay, and coming to comparator output is process. So the comparator output is the process in a triggering pulse of generation in such a manner, that is output voltage waveform of the inverter has a pulse width in agreement with the comparator output of pulse width. Here the magnitude ratio of, will be VR by VC. That is called as modulation index. So modulation index equal to VR by VC. Okay, and it controls the harmonic content of the output voltage waveform. So the magnitude of the fundamental component of output voltage is proportional to modulation index. Okay, so the magnitude of the fundamental component of output voltage will be proportional to modulation index, and modulation index means VR by VC. Okay, so the amplitude of triangular wave is generally kept constant, and frequency modulation ratio is defined as FR by FM. Okay, so modulation frequency MF equal to FR by MM. Okay. So this is output voltage for off-bridge inverter. So this so in PWM technique, we are with the help of half-bridge inverter. We have to explain the PWM technique. So these outputs will be half-bridge inverter. Okay. So the voltage, when we have to draw the graph with respect to voltage and time, and then so the for our bridge inverter, the obtained output voltages will be in triangular shape. Sorry, it's in a square shape. Okay, so for our bridge inverter, it is in the square shape waveforms. Okay. Okay, thank you. So today we discussed PWM technique. Okay, so for sinusoidal, triangular, and a square wave waveforms. Okay,